Hey, what's up? This is Scott with Level Up Tutorials, and today we're going to show you how you can have your stylus compiling in a more convenient, nicer way using gulp instead of this stylus watch command. Now, gulp runs tasks for you like compiling your Sass or minifying your JavaScript or anything like that, and you don't need to know a whole lot to get started. So if you want a little bit of a background, check out the Level Up Tutorials series on gulp. It's really super helpful in getting started and maybe getting a little bit of an understanding. However, you don't really need to know too much about it because we're going to be starting at square one in this video. So keep watching. We're going to install gulp, we're going to make a new gulp file, and we're going to get our packages ready so that we can compile our stylus using gulp. Now, like I mentioned before, I highly recommend checking out our Level Up tutorial series on gulp. It's definitely going to give you a good handle on what's going on. However, we don't need that for this particular video. All we need to do is install gulp globally on our system first. Then we're going to install it within this project. Then we're going to create a configuration file, and then we can get started adding packages like the gulp-stylus package that allows us to compile our stylus from the gulp build process. So let's go ahead and install it globally by typing sudo npm install and then -- global and then gulp. It's for your password, and it's going to go ahead and install that for you. So now that we have gulp installed globally, now what we want to do is install it into our project. Before we do that, I'm going to go ahead and create a packages file for our project. That way we can save our dependencies and reload them anytime we're moving this project around. So to do that, I just have to type in npm init. It's going to ask you some questions. Now, because this is just a throwaway project, I'm just going to hit enter through these questions. However, if this is any sort of legitimate project you're working on, you're going to want to enter the values for these truthfully to what your project is. So it's just asking for your name, version, description, entry point, get repository keyword, that sort of stuff. And I'm just going to say yes, because it's asking me if this is okay. Okay, so we now have a package.json file. Now let's add gulp to our particular project by typing npm install. Now we can type --save -dev gulp. Now this is going to install gulp into this particular project, and it's going to add it to our packages.json file. So if you check out that JSON file, you'll now see we have gulp 3.8.11 added here, as well as we have this node modules folder with gulp right here. Now let's actually get started writing our gulp file. Let's go ahead and create a new file in the root of our directory, and it's actually going to be named gulp-file.js, simply like that. And what we're going to do is first write a little bit of boilerplate code, so we can say var gulp equals require, and then within quotes gulp. This is just making this file have access to gulp itself. Now we can say gulp.task, and we want to give this a task, and here we're going to give it a name. This can just be styles. Now the philosophy behind gulp is you're essentially creating a bunch of tasks. Then you can create other tasks that reference those tasks. You can even have like a default task that watches your Sass, compiles when you change it or anything like that. So like I said, if you want to watch the gulp videos to get a better handle on how to write more robust and better gulp files, please do. It's definitely well worth your time. And now we can say comma function, because what this is doing is it's running a callback function. So once styles task gets triggered, this is what it's going to do inside of here. Okay, so this is our little bit of boilerplate code. Now what we can do is go ahead and add our gulp-stylus package to the mix. That way we can get gulp to work with us in stylus. So let's head back to our terminal and let's type npm install, and then we're going to do --save -dev again, and then the package we're going to be installing is gulp-stylus. So just like that, gulp-stylus. We're going to hit enter, and if we head back to our project, you should see that we now have this gulp-stylus in our package file, and we can go ahead and get adding it to our gulp file. So once again, we can do var, and then we're going to say stylus is equal to, and this time it's going to be requiring the gulp-stylus package. So gulp-stylus. And then finish that off with a semicolon here. So we're now bringing in this variable stylus to watch our stylus code. And let's go ahead and set up a task that compiles our CSS. So we're going to say gulp period, and this method of gulp is going to be src. And this src method is going to be watching a particular set of files. For us, it's just going to be watching our main stylus file that we had, and that was just style.styl, and that was in the root directory. So within quotes, we can go ahead and just say simply style.styl, just like that. Now on the next line here, I'm going to tab over just to keep this neat. We're going to use what's called a pipe, and we're going to say period pipe. And then inside of the parentheses here, we're going to use our new stylus variable, stylus, just like that. And simply by saying pipe stylus here, what that's doing is it's grabbing our main style and it's running this stylus command, okay? So to do that, we need to have parentheses like so. So it's grabbing this file, it's running this, piping in this stylus function, and then we're going to pipe in a destination. So we do that the same way by saying pipe, and then now gulp.dest, because that's giving you the destination. And then inside quotes, we're going to want to give it the current path. So we can do that simply by saying period /. And we can end that up with the semicolon. So now this isn't watching, this is simply grabbing this file and compiling it once. Now since we don't have any of our packages in here, this won't work as is. So I'm going to go ahead and select everything. I'm going to comment it all out. I'm going to add in one simple body background equals red. Okay, that way we can see if this CSS in fact changes. So let's come to our terminal, and now we're just going to type in gulp space and then styles, because that's the name of our task. It's going to say that it started and finished our styles task. We can come here, and as you can see, our style.css has been overridden and we now have a background of red. Now, what if we want to have this watch our main style sheet to see if anything's been changed, or as a matter of fact, we want to watch all of our style sheets in case our stylus style sheets, in case any of them have been changed. It's going to rerun this gulp task and it's going to compile our CSS. So let's come over to our gulp file here, and let's write a new task, and this is going to be gulp task, and it's going to be watch :styles. So it's now going to watch our styles, and it's going to comma function parentheses brackets, just like that. So now inside of here, what we're going to use is the gulp watch method. So we can say gulp watch, that's gulp period watch. Now watch takes as a parameter a path to the files it's supposed to be watching. We can simply say asterisk asterisk /**.styl. And what this is saying is it's going to look for any file from our current directory forward with the extension .styl. And what's it going to do once it finds those? Well, this is now where we have to tell it which task to run now that it's noticed a change. So to do that, we can simply just say comma bracket, and this is the square brackets here, and then we're going to pass in a string of the task that we wanted to use, which of course was styles, styles. And since we don't have anything to output or anything from that, this task ends at that. All this task is doing is watching for any changes, and then once it's noticed a change, runs this task. This task gets run, it compiles our stylus, and it outputs it. So let's go ahead and use this watch styles gulp task here. So we can say gulp watch styles. Okay, as you can see, it's watching. Now if we go ahead and come back to our code, let's come to our stylus and let's change this background red to a color red instead of background red. We saved it. We go over, and our code has already been compiled. If we head over to our terminal, we get this nice starting our styles, finished our styles after, because it noticed a watch change. But this is going to keep running until you stop it. So if you want to stop it, you can hit Control-C and stop it for now. In the next video, we're going to show you how you can get our packages in the mix by showing you how to use your packages within this gulp command, and you can have a really nice build process started. So as always, this is Scott with Level Up Tutorials. If you have any questions or comments, leave a comment in the video. Hit us up at Twitter or Facebook at Level Up Tuts. We love to hear from you. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.